It's a 5-minute walk. There are pelts hanging outside the wooden house. The door is closed, the shutters are closed. You can see candlelight through some cracks from the inside. As you approach, roll for awareness.
Yeah, that should do it.
19.
21 for me.
So both of you can see that there is a line of salt starting from the door and coming all the way around the house.
Would I know what that is for?
Go with education and I'll tell you.
I also need to go for education, or does Witcher training come in handy here?
No, go for Witcher training.
Fumbled. And it's a 10. It's a 1 for me.
Arpad, you can't actually remember anything like it or how this would actually work for a hunter. On the other hand, Vinyff takes a good look all around the house and returns even more puzzled than you, says that who in their right mind would actually carry a bag of salt and let it drop out of the bag without taking notice? That's very strange.
Well, I don't think it was on accident that this happened. This looks deliberate to me. I don't know what for. Shall we just ask the man?
I gesture my hand and kind of be my guest and point to the door.
Was it a crack in the blinds where you can see candlelight? Can I put my eye up against the blind and see if I can see anything else?
I'd say that your 19 minus 3 makes it a 16, so what you see inside, there's a young woman sitting beside the bed, making some moves towards the upper part of it, and a table where you see a young man eating at the moment.
Alright. I got away from the crack in the blind. I say, it looks like our hunter has got company. Let's go introduce ourselves, shall we? And I give the door 3 hard knocks.
What time of day is this?
It would be around 9 in the morning.
Okay.
You can hear a chair being dragged, footsteps coming towards the door. Then the door opens slightly. A harsh voice comes from the inside saying, "Who's there?"
My name is Arpad. I'm a dwarf, as you might have noticed. And this here is my acquaintance, Finn. We happened to read a notice posted on the notice board, and the innkeep told us to come see you. It's about a bear that's been prowling the area.
Bugger, Matas told you to come here, right? He opens the door, and in front of you stands a man, well built. He has a black beard and long, loose hair. He's stepping outside, closing the door behind him. Apologies, I cannot accept visitors. My son doesn't feel quite well. So the name is Klopp. I used to be the village hunter. It's been some months now that I'm too scared to go hunting. You probably know the reason.
That would be the bear. I slightly turn towards Vin and I say, my companion and I would appreciate some more information about this bear.
I usually go hunting in the nearby forest. It was almost 3 months ago. The smell of blood dragged me, and I thought that it could be wolves that have attacked an animal, a deer or anything. It was far from the truth. It was really horrible what I came to see. And he turns around, covers his eyes with his palm, then breathes, exhales, and looks at you again. I saw Gretz. He was lying there, all bloody and messy. The thing had tore him apart. I could see the slash all over his chest, and whatever was left of him, I took it back to the village.
You're saying all of this happened 3 months ago, correct?
Yes.
And this hasn't happened since.
No, it has. That's why I have stopped hunting anymore. People would go to the forest to either guide the animals to feed, or even forage for herbs and fruits. The lucky ones would come back. We've lost no less than 5 villagers to this bear. Probably more have fallen victim to its appetite. We used to get travelers here, but nobody's coming from the west. It must be the bear's doing. And you look like people who came from the east.
When was the most recent attack?
A month ago. He looks at you, then looks at the ground, and it seems like it's very difficult for him to talk about the subject. Then he crosses his arms over his chest and says, "It's been since this fucking innkeep has cursed us all. His daughter, the damn child, has condemned our own children."
As he says the word innkeeper, that damn innkeeper, he immediately look at Arpad and kind of instigating look, like something's going on here.
I nod. It's like,
So if the last killing happened a month ago, I'm guessing that the body is long gone.
Yes. And you need to understand that these were not complete bodies. It was what's left.
My friend, I need you to be brave. Perhaps you can take my friend and I to where this all happened.
No. I'm not going to leave my house with my child, sick as it is. I'm not risking my neck. No. Please don't ask me.
Is my medallion in any type of indication of something going on?
No.
I would believe that he is like very frightened. Yes.
Roll for it. Roll human perception. -2, please. That's a 9. There's a mix of fear and desperation in him, but that's all you can get. The surfacing emotions.
Calm down, Plop. We won't ask you or force you to come into the forest with us, but could you, at the very least, then provide us directions to where the last body was, or parts of the body were found?
You need to exit the village from the western road. That would lead you further into the kingdom. The forest would be on the right side of the road, and if you are capable enough, you will be able to find either the bear's tracks or our own dragging the bodies back.
Plop, what is the size of the reward that is possible upon killing this bear? The notice didn't list anything.
As Arpad is saying that, I put my hand on his shoulder and I look at Klopp and I tell him, in my many years of being a witcher, most times when people think it's just a boar or a bear, about 80% of the time it proves to be much, much worse. I believe you need to think or have in mind that if we do go out there and it's not the bear you're talking about, you might need to adjust the size of the reward. I'm saying this now as a precautionary, so nothing fishy will happen when we come back. It might be a bear, but it might not. I'm just preparing you for that scenario.
Well, Witcher, if you bring back evidence that it was something more than a bear, we will compensate you accordingly. For the bear, as it is, we managed to keep 400 coins for anyone who manages to rid us of the beast.
That sounds reasonable for the bear.
I give him a slight nod.
I spit in my hand. I reach out towards the hunter and say, "You've got yourself a deal, sir."
He is a man of labor. He extends his hand and grabs yours.
Don't worry, sir. We will take care of this for you. Don't you worry.
He retrieves his hand and says, "If only the bear was our only problem, but at least if you deal with it, I'll be able to bring some food for the rest of the village, since this plowing sucker got food of his own." And he looks towards the inn.
I get that you're not a big fan of the innkeep and his daughter.
Would you blame me? If you knew that your child is dying because of them, wouldn't you be thinking the same?
Why do you say that?
Because his own daughter hasn't got any problems, so she must be the source of this evil. She's not sick. She can eat all she wants.
Did the children of the village play with the innkeep's daughter before they all got sick?
All the time. That's what children do.
There hasn't been any evidence found of a well being poisoned or food having gone bad and being eaten.
He takes a step back and looks over his shoulder in the direction of his house. When his eyes meet yours once more, he says, "No, sir. This is no poisoning. If it was, these children would be dead."
Don't worry, sir. In our company, there is a doctor. I will ask that he come and check on your son.
A doctor in our village? Really?
Yes, he is currently staying at the inn, but I will request that he come and see to your son as soon as he can.
Oh, no. If he's staying at the inn, I don't want him close to my son at all. No.
I try and make myself seem a bit bigger, and I say, Klopp, get a hold of yourself, man. We've only been in the village for a night. If there is any curse, it's not likely to have gripped us yet. I will request that he come see you, and then you can decide for yourself when he arrives here if you let him in or not. But think of the health of your child, not the animosity you might have towards the innkeep.
I would have you roll either persuasion or leadership on that one.
I'm gonna go for persuasion then. Ooh!
He takes a step back, he lowers his head, and he says, "You're right. I shouldn't put the blame on anybody else but this fool and his daughter. If you excuse me, I need to get back inside."
Mr. Vin, it is best that we go fetch our dear lord and inform the doctor.
Agreed.
So we set off towards the inn again then.
As you return to the inn, you listen to Nicolas giving praise to Gulue for being a good student, encouraging her to keep up the good work.
Hello there, good sirs. I didn't notice you leaving. This young lady, she's a handful but a great student.
Well, we went up to inquire about the bear. We also met a father of one of the sick children. Gulue, if you're done, be a dear. Go tell our good doctor upstairs that he should check in on Klopp and his son as soon as he can.
I will do so, sir. Rudger is a friend of mine, or he used to be. We played together a lot.
I smile and pat her head.
She smiles back and then hugs Nicolas by the waist as he is standing.
I smile at her while she's leaving, and when she's gone, I turn to Arpad and I say, "Thank you for being tactful and not saying anything more in front of her."
Ah, well, no worries. Now, we went ahead and informed ourselves about this bear.
I'm all ears.
Well, I suggest that we get the opinion of the Witcher and to see what is our best next course of action.
Well, in my opinion, I think that we should head to the place where they found the bodies.
You think we need to prepare anything?
I don't know what quite to expect. I mean, if it's just a bear, then your weapon will be just fine. But that's why I suggest we go there as quick as possible and see what we can gather.
Right. Let me fetch my weapon and don my armor.
This whole village is actually built on each side of a main road. There is an eastern entrance and a western entrance. The inn is the last building standing before the western entrance. So you head out, and once you've walked along the road, you start deviating on your right as the hunter Klopp told you. And this is where I would ask you for awareness rolls and then wilderness survival rolls.
For me, awareness is 27, and wilderness survival is 14.
For me, awareness is 16.
And wilderness survival?
21.
And Tree got some pretty good rolls as well. 20 in awareness and 22 in survival. The entrance to the forest seems a very unlike place for a predator to be hiding in, because it's the point where the trees are spread out. Nicolas, did you bring the horse with you or not? Is Dune with you?
I'll just be guiding her by the reins when the terrain becomes all the more difficult.
I'd say then that the forest becomes wilder as you approach the interior, at the point where you don't quite see a sky in front of you because the canopy of the trees blocking the view. It's there where things start getting wilder. Roots, bushes, all kinds of obstacles, and even the fact that there is no particular pathway carved make it harder for anyone to traverse in it. What catches your eye, though, is that there are some footprints of somebody walking towards the forest not longer than 2 or 3 weeks now. You start following the tracks. As you do, you find yourselves reassured that this is the way because there are stains of blood on some of the tree trunks, and there is a point where things get messy, and the Witcher cannot really understand which tracks go into the forest and which actually come out of it because, as the two of you understand, there is a larger dragging mark on the ground which kind of makes the footprints unrecognizable.
How fresh is the blood?
Ooh, it's not fresh. Not fresh at all.
And my medallion is still quiet.
It is.
Can I smell him?
You are picking up a quite distinct smell of rot
I'll start heading in that direction.
without saying anything to the others.
Yeah, just I'm not running. I'm just slowly walking in that direction.
So the Witcher starts walking. He seems to have picked up something. You follow along because, interestingly enough, the opposite tracks, the ones coming out of the forest, are coming from there as well. Now it would be a good time for you to roll awareness once again.
It's only 14 for me.
21 for me.
So 14, 21, and 21. Arpad and Vinyff, you squint your eyes, you adjust for the lack of sunlight. Probably 10 meters ahead of you is definitely a body, a human body. It's where the smell is coming from and the place where the fresher tracks seem to lead.
I pull out my axe.
I'll continue walking towards the body to investigate it.
Did I see that body?
The body, no, but you see Arpad taking his axe out.
I hiss danger.
I indicate with my axe the direction of the body. There's a body.
If I register the dead body, then I will try to quietly slide the sword out of its scabbard.
You reach the body of a man dressed in traveling clothes, obvious claw marks. He is missing both his arms and a leg. His intestines are spread in front of him, has been ripped apart, chewed upon. Most of his head is missing as well.
And I use Witcher training to decipher if it really was a animal or a monster. 29.
You are most certain that this is a bear indeed. The strength being indicated by the damage done to the body reveal that this is a great bear.
I kneel down to take a closer look, and I look up and around, and I, in a low voice, tell my friends the hunter wasn't mistaken. This is definitely not a monster.
I nod slightly and look around attentively.
Your eye is being drawn to a satchel lying almost 2 or 3 meters away from the body.
I will go towards the satchel.
The leather belt is being ripped. The bag itself has sustained quite the damage, but its contents are being spread all over the ground.
I look towards Nicola and I say, I guess we know what happened to him now.
What did you find over there?
It's a letter the innkeeper had said he'd written, asking for help to deal with the apparent curse that's befallen their town. It never reached the intended people.
Who was to receive it?
It is just a plea for help. There's no specific person being requested.
Next to the letter, you also find a pouch, probably the payment for the scribe and messenger.
Pick up the coins and I say, well, splitting these 4 ways is a bit difficult. I'll hold on to them for now.
How many you got over there?
10.
It's okay. You can keep them.
Arpad, I wouldn't take the money of a dead man that was killed this way.
Better in his pocket than in the ground.
I'm not very convinced. I say, quite right, Sir Witcher. And I pocket the 10 coins.
If the occasion permits it, we should take this man back to Jealousy. Maybe he has family or relatives, and they can give him a proper burial.
It wouldn't do leaving him lying here to be fed upon by the ghouls and other foul creatures of the forest.
Indeed. Dune, my horse, even with the stench, I can convince her to take him back.
Witcher, do you think the bear is nearby still?
Can I roll another awareness for the scent to see if it's stronger?
Go for it.
16.
Your eyes do not see anything, but your nose, that's another story.
I can smell fur and dried blood coming from over there. Now, we did come here to get the bear, with all due respect to the deceased. But if it's that important to you, perhaps you can strap it onto your horse and take him back to town while we continue to venture on.
Brave of you, Sir Witcher, to be prepared to fight this great beast without my help. But I don't leave comrades out here hunting. It doesn't sit well with me.
So will you continue with us?
I will. And may I prove to be useless before you.
I don't think you'll be useless, but I appreciate you coming with us. Let's go on.
You can see that going further into the forest will lead you to this bear's hiding place. Anyone interested in approaching silently can roll for stealth now.
22 for me.
It's a 12 for me.
No more than 20 meters ahead of you, you see the bear lying on the ground on its left side. You can see its back, a huge beast. As you move to close in on it, Nicolas's heavy steps make quite the sound in the stillness of the forest. And as a cracking beneath your boot happens, Nicolas, the bear lifts his head and turns around.
How close am I, say to Nicola?
I think you're walking side by side.
In that case, I will remain by Nicola's side, hoping I stay hidden.
You're hiding, and Nicolas is stepping closer, so the bear is now looking at him.
Would I consider the terrain as difficult terrain, undergrowth and such?
Not really, no. I think it's time for initiative.
It's 16 for me.
17 for Arpad, and how much is yours, Mason? 10.
Yes.
I want to move like to the right. If that's possible.
I will take my steel sword out.
I will mount my horse.
So the bear will charge towards Nicola.
Is it attacking me or the horse?
I would say it goes against you. Tell me what your defense is going to be.
It's going to be a blocking action. 22.
Ooh. As the bear comes towards you and tries to bite at your leg, you use your sword against its mouth and it bites at the sword, damaging it a bit. But you manage to save both your leg and your balance.
How much reliability do I lose? Is it 2?
It has crushing force, yeah.
So it's 2. Okay.
It's either your turn or...
Ambush.
I want to ambush it.
So you roll your attack with a +5 and I need you to tell me what this attack is going to be.
There's going to be a strong strike. I'm going to go for it.
The strong strike will take a -3, but it will deal double damage if you successfully attack it.
Right, so +9, +5, -3.
Ooh, good roll. Arpad moves out of the bushes, hacks away with his axe faster than the bear's claw that doesn't manage to block. Now go for the damage.
Slightly inconvenience the bear.
The fur is so thick that the axe doesn't damage the bear. How about the Witcher now?
I will charge him, and I will aim to the torso. It's a 23 overall.
She will try to dodge out of the way. 18, so you hit it. Vinyff will run from his hiding spot and will try to hack at it from the side. So it's 19 times 2, 38. And it has a stopping power of 17, so 21 go through. Now we'll go with the initiative order. So Arpad, you hit again.
Right, there you go. 16.
It's not enough. Nicolas, it's your turn.
Would it be really difficult for me if I circle the bear with my horse?
You can do that. It's going to be a charge and make a riding check.
Can I know the DC beforehand? To see if I'm gonna spend some luck on that.
It would be a DC of 17.
Do I get the +3 on my attack for being outside its vision cone?
As it's occupied by Arpad and Vinyff for the moment, you certainly do.
Okay, then I'll spend 3 luck.
It will try to dodge as if it's unable to understand what's happening. There's a difference of 12, so it's a complex critical.
Since it's a critical, I will roll 2d6, right? I rolled a 2.
It's a fractured leg.
My weapon damage is 101 minus the armor.
87, which goes half for 43.
Okay, plus the critical bonus damage, which is 5, I think.
Yes. You come from behind the bear and you slash at the left rear leg. You slash so hard the leg is fractured and the bear loses its balance, drops a bit to all fours, screams as she receives your hit, and you will try to avoid the bear trying to hit you as it turns around to slash at you coming so fast and hard against it.
It's attacking me, not the horse, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I'll just block. Bad roll.
It got a 21, so you're not fast enough to block it.
Where did it hit me?
At your torso. 26.
I get 14 damage.
You remove 2 stopping power from your torso armor. And now for the second claw slash. Defend, please. What's your roll? 21. Just enough. You block with your sword.
My sword is going to be destroyed.
Yeah, your sword receives another 2 points of reliability damage, but you manage to knock off the second claw slash. And now we come to Vinyff.
I will fast attack. First, I will aim for the chest, and for the second, I will aim for the head, but I will put 4 luck points. 22, 21 for the first strike to the chest.
Let me see if it manages to block it. It got a 1 and then a 10.
That is great.
Okay, minus 14, it's got a 1, but what happens is it's so occupied in its rage to hit at the knight that has slashed at it so hard that when Vinyff comes from the side and tries to slash at her torso, she so much as tries to block it, but it fails so horribly to do so, and she falls and hits the head on the ground. It loses all consciousness, and while you hit it, its pounding heart just bursts, and the bear is no more. You can see the size of it. It's really huge.
I will take my sword, pierce it into the ground so it stands, and start looting the bear. See what I can get.
You get 5 units of bear fat, 2 units of bear hide, 16 units of raw meat, and 4 units of beast bones.
Awesome.
And I guess this will be all for today.